I don't remember the last time we managed to get through a week without reporting on Boeing's faulty plane. Why do incidents like these keep happening to Boeing planes?
Incidents involving airplanes are extremely rare, yet when they occur, they can shift our perception of air travel. Imagine boarding a routine flight, carefree and unaware of what's ahead. How would you feel if you suddenly found yourself in a high-stakes situation? This is exactly what passengers and crew experienced on Alaska Airlines Flight 558, leaving Alaska's main airport early this morning. It was an unimaginable ordeal, almost like a scene from a disaster movie. Authorities are now investigating to understand what went wrong. Could this event alter how we view air travel safety? Would it make you think twice before boarding your next flight? The day began like any other. Boarding passes were checked, luggage stored, and passengers settled in. When was the last time you considered the risks of flying? Air travel has always been one of the safest modes of transport, statistically safer than driving or even walking. But when something goes wrong in the sky, it feels far more alarming. At 30,000 feet, you're suspended with no easy escape. What happened on Flight 558 was a stark reminder of these hidden risks. Everything seemed routine, but in an instant, it turned into a life-and-death struggle as the plane faced a mid-air emergency. It all started with a slight vibration, barely noticeable at first, coming from the right side of the aircraft. Passengers sitting near the wing might have dismissed it as a bit of turbulence, but soon it grew more intense. In the cockpit, Captain John Miller, a seasoned pilot, noticed the unusual vibration and began checking the plane's systems. He identified the source: the right engine, a reliable model in aviation. Despite its robust design, something had gone wrong. Moments later, there was a loud bang. Passengers near the right wing gasped in horror as the engine cowling, a protective cover, ripped away and disappeared into the sky. Now, the engine was visibly exposed and shaking violently. This was no longer just a minor problem, but a full-blown mid-air crisis. Losing the cowling compromised the engine's safety and aerodynamic efficiency, putting everyone on board at risk. Investigators believe that a combination of high engine vibration and possible material fatigue caused the cowling to fail. Captain Miller now faced an agonizing decision. Should he shut down the engine and attempt to fly on a single engine? Or could he manage the damage long enough to return to Seattle? He chose to reduce power to the damaged engine while keeping it operational for a safe descent. Meanwhile, passengers were understandably terrified. However, the flight attendants maintained a calm demeanor, helping to soothe the panic that was brewing. As the plane approached Seattle, the stakes were high. Emergency personnel were on standby, ready to assist if needed. Captain Miller skillfully guided the plane onto the runway, and as it rolled to a stop, there was a collective sigh of relief. The crew quickly evacuated everyone safely. An investigation began immediately, with Alaska Airlines and the FAA working together to determine what had caused the failure. They examined the engine fan blades, discovering that one was damaged, likely by an object ingested during takeoff. This imbalance caused the excessive vibration that led to the cowling's failure. Additionally, microfractures or corrosion in the fasteners may have contributed to the detachment. This incident highlighted the importance of advanced maintenance technology. Traditional inspections, while reliable, sometimes miss hidden defects in components. Alaska Airlines is now implementing stricter maintenance protocols, including more frequent non-destructive testing, NDT, which can detect flaws without damaging parts. The public reaction was mixed, with some praising the crew's professionalism, while others questioned Alaska Airlines' maintenance standards. The story spread quickly, raising awareness of the hidden complexities of air travel safety. Alaska Airlines responded with transparency, working with the FAA to ensure safety measures and updating the public throughout the investigation. This event led to significant safety improvements. Airlines globally reviewed their inspection processes, focusing on material fatigue in aging engines. Boeing examined its manufacturing procedures to improve future models. Additionally, flight crew training programs were enhanced to ensure that teams are better prepared for emergencies. The Alaska Airlines Flight 558 incident serves as a case study not only in aviation safety, but also in the psychology of air travel, technological innovations, and the public's evolving expectations of airline companies. Though the day started as just another flight for the 737-900ER passengers and crew, it ended as a life-altering event that reshaped the conversation around air travel safety and trust. When the incident first made headlines, it reignited a long-standing public concern over the reliability of Boeing planes and the airline industry as a whole. Air travel, while statistically safe, often attracts heightened scrutiny due to the intensity of rare mishaps. Although Boeing and its CFM engines have a track record of reliability, this incident highlighted that even highly regarded machinery isn't immune to failure. The public's confidence in air travel hinges on the perception that airplanes are nearly flawless, and any deviation from that expectation creates a ripple effect. For many, air travel is already an anxiety-inducing experience. The thought of being thousands of feet in the air with no immediate escape can bring latent fears to the surface, especially when stories like Alaska Airlines Flight 558 become front-page news. Each incident serves as a reminder that air travel, despite rigorous checks, carries inherent risks, stirring a psychological response that impacts passengers' perception of safety. This is why airlines invest heavily in building and maintaining trust, not just through their safety records, but through transparent communication, proactive maintenance, and constant technological upgrades. The Boeing 737 is one of the most widely used commercial airplanes globally, known for its efficiency and reliability. The 737-900ER variant, with CFM 56-7B engines, embodies Boeing's commitment to durability and power. These engines are designed to handle vast numbers of flight cycles, enduring high levels of stress daily. When the cowling failure occurred, it served as a stark reminder that even the best engineered parts are subject to limitations. The CFM engines in the Boeing 737 have multiple redundancies built into their design, specifically to handle unforeseen challenges like bird strikes or foreign object ingestion, which can lead to significant mechanical stress. The incident on Flight 558 demonstrated both the strengths and weaknesses of this engine type. On one hand, despite the severe imbalance caused by the damaged fan blade, the engine remained operational long enough for the pilots to maneuver back to Seattle. On the other hand, the cowling's detachment exposed a vulnerability that investigators later attributed to material fatigue and high-level vibrations. To the layperson, a vibration might seem like a minor inconvenience. However, in aviation, any unexpected vibration can signal a serious issue. An airplane engine operates with meticulously balanced components. Even a slight deviation in the structure, such as a nicked fan blade, can upset this balance and cause vibration that reverberates through the entire system. In Flight 558's case, a small damaged area on one of the fan blades, likely caused by a foreign object, initiated a series of mechanical disruptions. Engine vibrations escalate quickly, which was what happened here. The fan blade's damage led to imbalanced rotation, which amplified the vibrations, exerting immense pressure on the surrounding structures. It was this repeated stress that weakened the fasteners securing the cowling. Once the vibration surpassed the structural tolerance, the cowling tore off, revealing the engine to the open sky. While aircraft engines are tested rigorously, the unique combination of this fan blade defect and high-altitude vibrations created a rare failure. Investigators pointed out that regular checks might have overlooked micro-fractures, which can be nearly invisible to standard inspections. The actions of Captain Miller and his co-pilot during the crisis were nothing short of extraordinary. Aviation crews undergo rigorous training to prepare for a variety of emergencies, but no amount of training can completely simulate the terror and stress of a mid-air crisis with stakes this high. Flight simulators provide pilots with the experience of handling single-engine failures, but each real-life incident presents unique challenges. In this scenario, Miller and his co-pilot had to make rapid decisions. They could have chosen to shut down the right engine completely, but doing so would have reduced power, making it more challenging to navigate safely. Alternatively, continuing to operate the damaged engine was risky, but would allow for more controlled descent. Miller's choice to reduce the engine's power while keeping it running was a balanced decision, carefully weighing risk with the goal of maintaining altitude and speed. Moreover, the calm demeanor displayed by the flight attendants helped reassure the passengers and prevented chaos from breaking out in the cabin. Despite witnessing the exposed engine and hearing unsettling noises, the crew's professionalism kept everyone as calm as possible. One outcome of the Flight 558 incident was the heightened awareness of non-destructive testing (NDT) methods in aviation. Traditional inspection techniques like visual and manual checks remain useful but can miss defects that lie below the surface. To address this, the aviation industry is adopting advanced technologies like ultrasonic testing, radiographic testing, and thermal imaging. NDT techniques allow inspectors to identify hidden defects in critical components without causing further damage. By using these methods more frequently, airlines can detect issues like microfractures in fan blades or material fatigue in fasteners before they escalate into crises. For Alaska Airlines and the broader industry, this incident highlighted the importance of integrating NDT into routine inspections for high-stress components, particularly in older aircraft. Following the investigation, Alaska Airlines updated its protocols to include more frequent use of NDT on fan blades, cowling fasteners, and other critical engine parts. The company also invested in real-time diagnostic tools that constantly monitor engine performance, identifying anomalies that could indicate underlying issues. In the wake of the incident, Boeing took swift action to reassure the public and address concerns. Boeing's engineers reviewed the design of the 737-900ER and the CFM engines, identifying areas for improvement. While the 737 remains one of the most reliable aircraft models, the company recognized the importance of adapting and strengthening its products based on lessons from incidents like this one. By refining the cowling design and enhancing fasteners to withstand even greater stress, Boeing aimed to prevent future detachment issues. The impact of the Flight 558 incident extended beyond Boeing. Airlines worldwide reevaluated their inspection protocols for similar aircraft. As part of a comprehensive safety initiative, the Federal Aviation Administration, FAA, recommended that all airlines using the 737-900ER increase the frequency of their engine component checks, specifically for engines approaching the end of their operational life. During the incident, the psychological impact on passengers was palpable. People process emergencies differently, and the fear that spread among the passengers in Flight 558 was a testament to the vulnerability that air travelers can feel. For many on board, this experience became a traumatic event, one that might forever affect their relationship with air travel. In interviews conducted after the incident, some passengers expressed gratitude for the crew's composure and competence, while others voiced lingering apprehension. One passenger recalled the horror of watching the exposed engine, fearing the worst, and experiencing a feeling of helplessness. Many described it as the longest flight of their lives, even though it only lasted a few hours. For Alaska Airlines, addressing these passenger concerns became a priority. The airline provided post-incident counseling for those affected and encouraged passengers to share their stories. By doing so, the airline hoped to ease some of the trauma and offer a sense of closure. The media coverage of the Alaska Airlines incident was intense, with footage and photos of the exposed engine circulating widely on social media. Headlines ranged from "Miracle in the Sky" to "Close Call for Alaska Airlines." For airlines, managing public relations after such incidents requires careful messaging. Alaska Airlines was quick to praise the actions of its crew while assuring the public that it would cooperate fully with the FAA to determine the cause of the incident and prevent similar occurrences. The airline also used this as an opportunity to emphasize the reliability of its fleet and its commitment to safety. By providing regular updates on the investigation and openly discussing changes to its maintenance practices, Alaska Airlines aimed to rebuild public trust. For passengers and industry observers alike, this level of transparency was a reassuring sign that the airline took the incident seriously and was committed to making improvements. The story of Alaska Airlines Flight 558 serves as a reminder of the challenges and intricacies of aviation. Mechanical failures may happen, but the professionalism of crew members and advancements in technology continually protect passenger safety. Have you ever experienced an emergency situation during a flight? What do you think airlines can do to further improve safety? Share your thoughts in the comments. If you want to stay updated on aviation safety, don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications.